वेलकम टू दिस एपिसोड ऑफ द हरप्रीत सिंह शो। स्प्रिंग इज़ फाइनली अराइव्ड एंड ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਕੁਝ ਸਨਸ਼ਾਈਨ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਆਉਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਮਹੀਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਰਮੀ ਵੱਧ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਤਾਂ ਪੂਰੇ ਸਿਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਜਿਸ ਨਾਲ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਕਿਨ ਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਰੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਇਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਐਲਨ ਗਲਾਸਰ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਫਾਰਮਾਸਿਸਟ ਹਨ। Let's welcome Alan and ask him about what needs to be done to keep your skin well during summers also. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Harpreet.
Thank you. So finally, summer is going to come soon, and as the sun, gets hotter and hotter, so that has an effect on our skin also.
That's
so
right.
let us know today about, what needs to be kept in mind when we are going out in the open under the sun.
So one of the biggest complaints that people do have when they start having is that their skin can get very dry.
Right.
Because basically our body, we're just a bag of water. We're 70% water.
Mm-hmm.
Our skin is holding it together.
Right.
And on the outside of your skin,
Mm-hmm.
we have oils.
Mm-hmm.
And these oils lock in moisture.
Right.
So if you're not getting enough oil,
Mm-hmm.
that could be one of the reasons why you have dry skin.
Okay.
So where do we get our oils from? Well, we get our oils from plants.
Right.
So flax is a great source. We know
Mm-hmm.
that. We get our sesame oil, this type of thing. The other source of oil we get is from fish.
Right.
Okay, that has the right kind of oil
Mm-hmm.
to go. That will end up when we eat it. It'll come out on our skin.
Okay.
In the right kind.
Right.
If you're looking in a supplement, any kind of oil supplement, what you're looking for is abbreviated as GLA.
Okay.
You want to look on the bottle of oil supplements you get,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be omega-3, 6, 9s, they have to have GLA in there because
Okay.
that's the important ingredient
Mm-hmm.
that when you take something by mouth, either
Right.
in a liquid form or in a capsule form, it has to have GLA because
Right.
that's what's important to you and I to
Mm-hmm.
get good oils on our skin to lock
Right.
in the moisture.
So GLA, when you are pointing out, is there a number given over there which needs to be kept in mind to see what
Well,
is
it should be like 5%, 10%
okay,
GLA.
in percentage wise? Okay.
That's right. So when
Right.
you look on the bottle, you got to look for that, number one.
Okay.
Number two, of course, eating more fish
Mhm.
is a good idea.
Right.
We mentioned that, and eating the plant source of oils. Any kind of
Right.
oil seed,
Uh-huh.
which is flax is one of them, is really good for us.
Right, but generally, in our culture, it's being told to us that in summers don't eat more fish or don't have more sesame seeds or flax seeds because they're hot, and once you consume them, they can it's not good for your body.
Oh, that's interesting because they are good because the oils
Right.
help seal in
Okay.
your skin.
Uh-huh.
So those are really good. You can get by just straight oils, and that's the other option, and just take a tablespoonful for every 50 pounds of body weight. We've
Okay.
talked about Udo's oil in the past.
Right, right.
That's a great source of this GLA
Mhm.
that you want to take in
Right.
to make sure your skin is, smooth and not drying out, not itchy.
Right.
If you do have a problem,
Mm-hmm.
there's a couple of solutions.
Mhm.
You can go to the dry skin aisle. What they have is a couple of products that I like to recommend.
Mhm.
One is called Dormer 211,
Okay.
and that's has HA in it, which stands for hyaluronic acid.
Okay.
And that's a very particular way to increase hydration in your skin.
Right.
And also, if you have dry skin, you've lost the oils, we can give you external control
Right.
of putting oils back on the skin.
Mm-hmm.
Another choice is Uramol 10.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Uramol is urea, that's what's in it, has been around for probably the last 100 years.
Okay.
And it's very effective
Mhm.
in helping get rid of dry skin.
Okay.
So especially people who've got dry skin on their hands,
Mhm.
dry skin on their feet,
Right.
you need something a little stronger than just normal things like called Galaxol base or stuff like this, or
Okay.
even Vaseline.
Right.
This is the next step up that I recommend. There's even a stronger one, a 20% solution,
Mhm.
that's available to people who have, especially dry skin on their feet.
Right. Okay, Alan, generally another thing what we see is that once you rub the cream on your skin, it is fine for some time, but then when you wash your hands, it's gone. So do these things, the retention, is it more in the skin?
That's right. If you're washing your hands,
Yeah.
the hands, I will tell you, they're the most difficult thing to deal with
Mhm.
because Number one, if you use normal soap, you will remove, it's a detergent.
Right.
Normal soap as a detergent means it's removing oils. Guess what we just talked about? We're just a bag of water, oils. So
Right.
the minute you remove the oils on your hand, they will start to dry out again.
Okay.
So you have two choices. You now have to use a soap that is non-detergent. There's a name such as Cetaphil is such a soap. Okay.
Right.
You must look non-detergent soap, so
Right.
it will not remove the oils. The other option is use a soap that has some oil in it. Dove is one of them, a hand soap.
Right.
So there's your two choices. Anything with alcohol, you know how people these days, if they go out, they're gonna put some alcohol on their skin just to clean their
Yeah,
hands?
right.
Alcohol also removes the oils on your
Okay,
skin.
right.
So you've gotta put the oil back
So
on
these
your skin.
sanitizers and all these kind of remove that oil, whatever is in
That's
your
right.
skin, out.
And they're gonna make your hands worse.
Absolutely, and
So-
that's the reason many a times, when you clean your hands with these sanitizers and these things, then
Yes.
it becomes more drier. Let's continue with the discussion. Let's go for a small break and learn a little bit more about as to, like you said, as dark colored skin people, do we also get skin burns, and what should be kept in mind? We'll talk about this after this break. ਸੋ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ, ਐਲਨ ਗਲੈਸਰ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਗਰਮੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੇ ਦੌਰਾਨ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਗਰਮੀਆਂ ਹੁਣ ਵੱਧ ਜਾਣੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਕਿਨ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਇਲਸ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਖਤਮ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੱਥਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਧੋਨੇ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਸੂਰਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਇਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਬਾਰਡਰ ਤਾਂ ਅਲਟੀਮੇਟਲੀ 70% ਪਾਣੀ ਹੈ। ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਵਾਟਰ ਰਿਟੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਘਟ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਤੇ ਦੂਸਰਾ ਸਕਿਨਸ ਜਦੋਂ ਡਰਾਈ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕੁਝ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਦੀ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਲਾਉਣ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਸ ਨਾਲ ਠੀਕ ਰਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਪਰ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਮ ਤੌਰ ਉੱਤੇ ਸੋਪਸ ਵਰਤਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇੱਕ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਡਿਟਰਜੈਂਟਸ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਕਿਨ ਤੋਂ ਆਇਲ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਮੂਵ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਈਵਨ ਸੈਨੀਟਾਈਜ਼ਰਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਹੱਥਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜਾਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸਤੇਮਾਲ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ, ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾਤਰ ਤਾਂ ਆਫ ਕੋਰਸ ਹੱਥਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸੈਨੀਟਾਈਜ਼ਰਸ, ਉਹ ਸਕਿਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੀ ਰਫ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਚੋਂ ਆਇਲਸ ਨਿਕਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ। ਲੈਣੇ ਇੱਕ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ, ਵਾਪਸ ਆਣੇ ਤੇ ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ। ਡਰਾਈ ਸਕਿਨ ਦੇ ਸੰਬੰਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਲਨ ਗਲੈਸਰ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਗਰਮੀਆਂ ਵਧ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੀ ਸਕਿਨ ਤੇ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਕਾਫੀ ਅਸਰ ਪੈਣਾ ਹੈ। ਸਕਿਨ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਣੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਾਣਾ ਹੈ, ਔਰ ਇਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਕੁਝ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ ਐਲਨ ਗਲੈਸਰ ਤੋਂ। So during the summers when you are out, definitely, always it is said that use a sunscreen or be in the shade. Don't go out at a particular time because the sun's heat is going to really affect your skin. What about people like us who have dark skin, who are not as bright as you? So does it affect us also?
Yes, the response, darkening of the skin is a response to too much ultraviolet light from the sun, because
Okay.
it actually does damage. It causes an increase in free radicals, which can cause wrinkles.
Right.
So what are free radicals? It's just molecules inside your cells that suck up an electron, and when they do that, they can, if it comes from your DNA,
Right.
they can get the chemical program of how the cell works can be screwed up,
Right.
which can result in wrinkles. And obviously can result in skin cancer too when you get too much. Doesn't matter if you have dark skin or light skin, if you're exposure to too much ultraviolet light, and what's happening over the years, you've heard that there's holes in
Ozone layer
the
is
ozone
getting
layer.
depleted, yeah, right.
Exactly, and
Right.
that means to you and I is there's an increase of ultraviolet as compared to 100 or 200 years ago.
Right.
And we've, on this planet, we're geared to a particular level.
Right.
And, when that starts to go up, we start having to protect ourselves.
Right.
So especially for your female viewers, if they want to reduce the chance of wrinkles, they're actually better off starting at a younger age,
Right.
in their teenagers or 20s or 30s, to wear something that is a total sunblock
Okay.
on their face. Now up till now, there's two kinds of ultraviolet light, A and B.
Right.
And the old school, sunscreens that have been around for the last 30 years, the copper tones of the world, etc.,
Right.
only protected against one of them, the A rays.
Okay.
We needed protection against A and B.
Right.
That leads you to some of the newer ones.
Right.
Personally, what I recommend to my clients is you get a sunscreen that is either a total natural block,
Okay.
not a chemical.
Right.
There's issues with people using chemicals.
Right.
That's why I say use some Zincofax, especially if you're going out golfers.
Okay.
And somehow your nose can get the worst of it.
Right.
You can wear a hat in your nose and get the worst of it.
Mhm.
You see people with white on their face.
Right.
You've seen them up on the ski hills and they put
Oh,
all
yes.
these different colors.
Right.
You can get burnt real easy on a ski
Mhm.
hill, just like you can get burnt real easy out in the sun if you're boating.
Right.
This has zinc oxide and ointment in there.
Okay.
It is a total sunblock.
Okay.
Very effective. It'll stop A and B.
Right.
Another great choice is
Mhm.
La Roche-Posay,
Mhm.
Anthralos. What I recommend this for, it has titanium in here.
Okay.
So it doesn't show up
Mhm.
as white. It will blend into your skin.
Right.
So it's not going to change the color.
Mhm.
But it is a total sunscreen,
Right.
and it's got 60. The other thing we forgot to mention is what these numbers
Yeah,
mean.
absolutely. That's what my next question was. As you said, 60 and someone is 30 or 15. So what do these numbers mean, and how? What should the common person keep in mind while buying these sunscreens?
Okay, so if you go to the Weather Channel on TV,
Mhm.
they will tell you, especially in the summer, what the ultraviolet rays are.
Right.
And they will say it takes 6 minutes to burn, 10 minutes to burn,
Mhm.
20 minutes to burn. They actually show that.
Right.
Okay, so the SPF factor means it's the sun protective factor.
Okay.
So if you will burn typically in 10 minutes, say today, this time of year,
Right.
it'll take it maybe 20 minutes to burn.
Mhm.
When you put on a sunscreen that
Mhm.
has an SPF of 10,
Right.
it'll take you 10 times 20 minutes, so it'll take you
Okay.
200 minutes of constantly being exposed to the sun.
Right.
So a 10 in today when we're talking about it would be perfectly fine.
Right.
In the middle of summer,
Mhm.
when you can burn in 5 or 6 minutes,
Right.
then you need a higher sun
SPF.
protective factor,
Mhm.
SPF.
Okay.
And if you're at risk for skin cancer or things like this, then you want one that's in the 45 and up range.
Right.
Again, that's why this particular one is very effective. And personally, I want one that protects both A and B, which is
Right.
rays of ultraviolet rays, which we know
Right.
we need to block.
Mhm.
And that's why when you're looking at sunscreens,
Mhm.
you look at high numbers. And personally, I always look for either having zinc oxide, look for
Right.
that,
Or titanium in it.
or titanium. Those are
Mhm.
the two ones that are physical blocks
Wonderful.
of the sun, and that's going to give you the most. Because again, what are we protecting against? Number
Mhm.
1, skin cancer.
Right.
Number 2, burns.
Mhm.
Number 3, wrinkles.
Right.
So
Right.
your people are incentivized.
That's
to do it.
interesting information what you have given, and of course one usage is of the sunscreens, use them as you have mentioned, but is there anything else also which needs to be kept in mind when you are in the sun?
Well, the sun will dry out too,
Right.
right? So you need to be hydrated,
Right.
right? So make sure you drink water.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if you want to protect against wrinkles, and dehydration,
Mhm.
protect against water.
Right.
You drink lots of water.
Okay.
There are natural ways to enhance the way your skin can protect,
Mhm.
and actually taking oils is one of them.
Right,
So
like
when-
you mentioned in the beginning about oils, they are a necessary factor, and these should that input should be there. It's not that you are just taking out the oils from your skin and not putting it back into the skin.
That's right.
Thank you very much for this information. This is really informative. Thank you.
You're welcome.
ਸੋ ਅੱਜ ਜੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਲਨ ਗਲੈਸਰ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਸਰ ਗਰਮੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਧੁੱਪ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਸਨਸਕ੍ਰੀਨ ਲਾਣੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਨਸਕ੍ਰੀਨ ਖਰੀਦਣੀ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੋ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਅੱਜ ਅਲਟਰਾ ਵਾਇਲਟ ਰੇਜ਼ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ A ਅਤੇ B ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀਆਂ ਆ ਚੁੱਕੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਰਿਸਰਚ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਆਊਟ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਨਸਕ੍ਰੀਨ ਸਿਰਫ A ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅਲਟਰਾ ਵਾਇਲਟ ਰੇਜ਼ ਸੀ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਟੈਕਲ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ ਪਰ ਹੁਣ ਉਹ ਸਨਸਕ੍ਰੀਨ ਲਓ ਜਿਸ ਨਾਲ ਕਿ A ਅਤੇ B ਅਲਟਰਾ ਵਾਇਲਟ ਰੇਜ਼ ਨੂੰ ਟੈਕਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਇਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਨਸਕ੍ਰੀਨਸ ਖਰੀਦਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਸ ਦੇਖੋ ਕਿ ਜ਼ਿੰਕ ਹੋਣਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੇਕਰ ਟਾਈਟੇਨੀਅਮ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਏ ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਨਾਲ ਖਾਸ ਤੌਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਮਾਤਾਵਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਕਿਨ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਗਰਮੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਰਿੰਕਲਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਣਗੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਕਿਨ ਠੀਕ ਰਹੇਗੀ ਤੇ ਆਮ ਵਿਅਕਤੀ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਸਨ ਪ੍ਰੋਟੈਕਟਿਵ ਫੈਕਟਰ ਜਿਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ SPF ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਲੇਬਲ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਬੋਟਲ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ ਤੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾਤਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਉਹ 15 ਤੋਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਜੇਕਰ ਹੋਏ ਤਾਂ ਉਹੀ ਬਿਹਤਰ ਹੈ ਪਰ ਅਗੇਨ ਇਟ ਡਿਪੈਂਡਸ ਕਿ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਕਿਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਐਕਸਪੋਜ਼ਰ ਮਿਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਸਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਪਾਣੀ ਪੂਰਾ ਪੀ ਕੇ ਰੱਖੋ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਇਲਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਵੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਉਸ ਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖਾਓ ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਫਿਸ਼ ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂ ਸੈਸਮੇ ਸੀਡਸ ਜਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਹੋਰ ਵਿਟਾਮਿਨਸ ਆਇਲਸ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਲਓ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਸਕਿਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਠੀਕ ਰਹਿ ਸਕੇ
ਵਾਜਿਬ ਕੀਮਤਾਂ ਤੇ ਉੱਚ ਮਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਡਡ ਗਹਿਣੇ ਖਰੀਦੋ ਜਮੋਲੋਜੀਕਲ ਇੰਸਟੀਚਿਊਟ ਆਫ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਦੀ ਜਿਊਲਰੀ ਡਿਜ਼ਾਈਨਰ ਸ਼ੀਤਲ ਗੁਪਤਾ ਤੋਂ ਡਾਇਮੰਡ